and today I'm representing the Nature Conservation Agency of Latvia. And the topic of my presentation is harmonization of Habitats Directive and Water Framework Directive in Latvia. Is it working? Same for others. Thank you. So why is it important to talk about these both directives in common? Because Water Framework Directive, the main aim of this directive is to reach a good status in surface waters. But for Habitats Directive, aim is to promote the preservation of biological diversity that also covers lakes and rivers. So basically, both of them aim at ensuring healthy aquatic ecosystems, and they have a common goal, but a slight different approaches. For Habitats Directive, in the scope of Habitat Directive, we'll talk about protected habitats of EU level. In Latvia, we have this Habitat 3260 and 2 habitat subtypes. And the habitat quality or the habitat status, so we are assessing in 4 quality classes. But for Water Framework Directive, the basic element is water body, and we have 7 river types. And ecological quality is assessed in 5 quality classes, and based on biological, physical, chemical, and hydromorphological quality. But how this look in real life example? This is example from Salats River subcatchment. According to Water Framework Directive, all rivers are divided into surface water bodies, and protected habitats could be part of these water bodies. And as you can see in this example, water bodies is marked with wider blue line, smaller rivers that are not water bodies but are protected habitats. These are smaller blue line and colored with pink. And so there are 3 types how rivers could be divided. The small rivers that are protected habitats but are not water bodies. Then are natural rivers, large rivers that are habitats and they are water bodies as well. And also there are modified rivers that are not classified as protected habitats, but they are water bodies according to Water Framework Directive. But rivers remain the same, no matter from which directive we look at it, and management measures according to Water Framework Directive also takes place as both inside and outside Natura 2000 sites. And the managing measures under which are taken under one directive will generally benefit also objectives of another directive. So basically all management activities and monitoring activities under these both directives should be joined. And that's why firm and timely coordination between nature conservation and water conservation authorities is necessary. And in Latvia, we have a definite approach how to manage this harmonization process, and also we have small institutional working group for managing all of this process. And basically, the part of this. I'm sorry, this is working again. This is working. No, it's too. Back. Okay, no. So basically, this part of this working group are 2 institutions. There's the Nature Conservation Agency, which is responsible for implementation of Habitats Directive, and Latvian Environmental Geology and Meteorology Center, which is responsible for implementation of Water Framework Directive. And so basically the main goal that we want to achieve with this harmonization process is that in the next cycle of state monitoring program will be divided between these 2 institutions, and in later future the river basin management plans and habitat action plans will be interconnected documents And to achieve this goal, we have definite main steps. It's within different projects because the work that needs to be done is quite wide. And with the blue line, there's this task is already done. With the green one are 3 tasks that are being done at this moment, and with the yellow one, these 2 tasks hopefully will start at the end of this year, because one of live projects is under this grant agreement process at the moment, and hopefully it will start also. And during the next slides, I will try to tell a little bit more about each of these steps, what we are doing under these tasks. To plan anything, any successful planning is based on complete data set. And for Latvia, thanks to Project Nature Census, at the moment we have a complete data set about all freshwater habitats in Latvia, about all river freshwater habitats in Latvia, and all this information at the moment is digitally available in our natural data management system OZOS, in Latvian OZOS, English itself, and it contains information about all protected natural areas, about protected habitat species, and all other available information. And this dataset at the moment is being analyzed in the ongoing successor project, Latvian Nature, and this leads us to this harmonization process. First task of all is the harmonization of freshwater habitat polygons and ecological types that are basic units for these both directives. And the task that we want to do is we want to assign an ecological type for each protected freshwater habitat polygon. And the basic criteria for separation of these habitat subtypes and ecological types is the same. For both directives, it's slope gradient and substrate. And for water framework directive, also important is river catchment area. And this also includes update of typology, because this analysis of this complete data set showed us that existing typology that we have in Latvia does not always correspond to the theory and situation in nature, and we need an update of typology, because correct habitat type and correct ecological type is really crucial for appropriate management planning, because different river types or ecological types or habitat types have different reference conditions, and so also this leads to different also management measures. And there are some examples that new river types will be divided, and really important is that this updating of methodology will be united for both directives in Latvia. Will be making this updating of methodology for both directives. And task number 2 is to exchange all data between both directives that we have. And we started this work in 2016 in Latvia when we developed a harmonized monitoring protocol for rivers. Basically, it's one protocol that can be used for both directives to assess both ecological quality for Friterium macrophytes, and also to assess habitat quality. And it's like one survey, and one field protocol, but we can do 2 kinds of assessments for both directives. And also we are exchanging all other data that we can, and information about from river basin management plans are included also in nature protection plans for Natura 2000 sites. And last year we started a new work for conservation objectives for Natura 2000 areas. And in this task, we also include all information for from river basin management plans that we can. So basically, this conservation objective, this target area for each Natura 2000 site is existing. existing habitat area and potential this habitat area, and what and these potential river habitats is modified rivers with the possibility to become the protected habitat again. And these there are two main types of these rivers with obstacles. In Latvia, we have made an inventarization of all obstacles in rivers, and at the moment there are more than 102,000, including the large like hydropower plants, and also all the mill dams and so on. And these in this map, there's not shown all of these obstacles, but top 17. Latvia, there's have been prioritization being done for these obstacles, and there's a list of top 70, the most important ones, for which is a possibility to get financial support for its elimination. So hopefully these river stretches with obstacles that could be possibly removed in nearest future. And also straightened rivers with already some existing signs of naturalization is considered as potential river habitats, and also straightened rivers, but with potential that they can naturalize. Basically, it's medium or larger rivers in natural areas, and for these types of Natura 2000 areas, this conservation objective area is existing habitat plus potential. But river stretches that we don't consider as potential protected habitats are straightened rivers with low ability to naturalize. It's mostly slowly flowing rivers with sandy substrates, rivers in dense farmland areas, and also rivers that haven't been with no signs of naturalization since modifications. There's an example from Natura 2000 area named Puja, two rivers that are modified in the same time. One is slowly flowing river, and one is river rapid, and one river is already naturalized, but another river is without any signs of naturalization processes since 1951. And also, we don't consider as potential habitats those river stretches with priorities other than nature protection. These are areas in large hydropower plants with a role in ensuring the country's electricity supply. For example, on River Daugava, we have 3 large hydropower plants, and according to River Basin Management Plan, these river stretches is definite as lake water bodies, not river water bodies, and also those rivers that are part of folders of protective dams in flood risk areas, also definite in river basin management plans. Those rivers we also don't consider as potential habitats, and also rivers on the state borders, regulated rivers on the state borders. And so back to this, all this task about harmonization process. Task number 3 is to perform freshwater habitat clustering. In river basin management plans, clustering is made for water bodies. Basically, the main idea is that in one group is determined that those water bodies with the same ecological type, same quality, and same pressures. And in each cycle, the 6-year cycle of river basin management plans, the specific amount of these water bodies are monitored, and then results are extrapolated to all group. And the same is planned for freshwater habitats. That in one group we want to group the habitats with one subtype, ecological type, river basin district, quality, and pressures. And this will be done under the in this project about digitization, which is being performed right now. And also the tasks is to perform this habitat clustering, define also the number of surveyed objects that needs to be observed in this one monitoring cycle. So this results could be representative for entire group. Task number 4 is to develop a common metric that could allow to compare results of both directives. Because at the moment, we can't compare results for both directives like one-to-one. In this graphic, you can see our first results when we tried to compare results for Habitats Directive and Water Freshwater Directive. And the results shows that according to Habitat Directive, the quality is higher than for Water Framework Directive, because Water Framework Directive includes wider set of parameters that how we evaluate this habitat quality is mainly based on hydromorphological features and also macrophyte features. So basically, these results are not incorrect; they're just not comparable, and so we need this common metric that will be the index that will have to translate results from one directive to another. And at the moment, it's planned that this common metric will be based on macrophyte features and hydromorphological features for both directives. And task number 5 is to make a joint monitoring network for both directives. For the beginning for Salats River subcatchment, and then hopefully also for the whole country. And this 5 task includes 7 smaller tasks. And first of all, for this Salats River subcatchment, we are planning to make a common database about all information about water bodies, about freshwater habitats that we can get. And then will be the step number 2, site selection for DEMA monitoring sites, and it will be based on existing monitoring network under the Water Framework Directive, and inventory transects for freshwater habitat inventory from Project Nature Census. Oh, okay. Oh, no, back. And task number 3 will be field surveys to testing this DEMA network, collecting additional data. Task number 4, then overall this river ecological quality assessment for this common metric development. And task number 5, development of this first joint monitoring network for both directives. So basically it would be DEMA network, then we will test it in field, improve, and then we hopefully will get a harmonized monitoring network that includes needs for both directives, and we are planning to split monitoring parameters that covers for both directives. It will be macrophytes and hydromorphological parameters that can be assessed on site between Nature Conservation Agency and Meteorology Center. And last 2 tasks are based on these results. Recommendations for the next cycle for state monitoring program for the 6 years. Also, the divided monitoring between both institutions. And task number 7 will be guidelines. Will be that the process, like report step by step, will also shape us that could be used also in other river basin districts in Latvia, as well as maybe in other countries, if there will be interest about that. So in Latvia, we see this harmonization process like approach towards effective management. We could save resources, we can raise data exchange and gain data quality, and in total, we get the more effective use of resources and also integration of different sectors. And that's all for me. Thank you.